After graduating from college in 2020, I ended up finding a job here in my hometown, so inevitably I moved back home to live with my parents in the beautiful Bay Area, California. I'm now 24, which is insane to say. Most of my friends have moved out, they moved on with their lives, they are independent girl bossing. Personally, if I had a different job, if I find a different job, then yes, I'm gonna be moving out. But while I'm here, I thought it'd be fun to break down what I spend in a week to see if it's really worth it to live with your parents in your 20s. I'd say I live a very simple life, a very routine life. I have a hybrid marketing job, so I am working from home a decent amount, and with that, and not also having that many friends around, there aren't that many things to do. So if you're looking for this lavish, crazy what I spend in a week, you might as well click off this video right now. So this is my very practical what I spend in a week. Let's get into it. Let's start with the obvious, the bare necessities, the housing. Welcome to my sweet digs. It is my room, but also my office because I do spend honestly too much time in here. I might be rotting away, but you know, that's why I do like to keep this a very bright and calming environment. So a lot of plants. Thanks to my parents, this runs me $0 a week. I know it's not always going to be like that. I will be, paying for rent in the future. Obviously there are cons with this, you don't get to really host people over. It's just not the same. You don't have your full independence or whatever, but I'm really grateful to have this space for now. Alright, it is Sunday and I'm about to do all my errands. I typically do grocery shopping on Sundays, so I need to fill up on gas. So this is the first expense of the week. Typically I don't get gas every single week. It really depends on what I'm doing that week for work and if I go to San Francisco or go somewhere for fun. So I'd say gas is pretty variable for me, but I'll estimate once every couple weeks. Every time I wear a hood, I feel like it's choking me. So the total for Trader Joe's was $26.30. My mom actually just did some grocery shopping over the past week, and now we have the basics. We have the protein, chicken, salmon, all that stuff. So I was just picking up some random things that I needed, like green onions for my omelets, pico de gallo for omelets. My sister needed some honey Cheerios. Got a probiotic yogurt drink. I got some chips for myself, the mochi nuggets. I got some cheese for turkey sandwiches and stuff. I got an apple, and that's it. So as you can tell, super random, and this really differs every single week. On a typical week, I'll be spending anywhere between $25 and $40 on groceries just for myself. But yeah, that's one of the perks of living at home. I don't really buy that much food, and sometimes I won't even buy any groceries. That's it. We're done spending money today. I'm at the mall. I needed to get some foundation, but that was $45. Normally I don't need to buy foundation, but I've been using the same one for I think 6 years now, which I should be ashamed for and pretty disgusted at myself. I trusted the gal who was helping me because I was originally going to get the Armani one, but that one was $65. It actually looked really dry on my face, so we're not doing that. I'm gonna get the House Labs one. I really like the finish of it, and this is my perfect match. Much needed dentist appointment. I've been putting off going to the dentist for a while. Last week I ate some leftover rice and I didn't clean the paddle before using it, and there was some hardened rice on there, so I accidentally ended up trying to eat one. Dried rice is so hard, and it got stuck in my molars back there. I was worried that I broke my tooth or something. I was able to get it out, but then ever since then my teeth have been a little sensitive over here. Now I'm confused if anything's happened. Anyways, I'm at the dentist right now and I'm about to spend, I don't know how much it is for just a teeth cleaning. It's just my normal checkup, but I've been meaning to go. But yeah, I think this will be $170. Unexpected Target run, but I just needed to pick up some stuff that we're low on in the house for my grandma and my family. So I got her bread, I got some half and half, I got some jam for my sister's peanut butter and jelly because she's gonna start a new job and needs lunch. Got some chips for the family. I got Dave's Killer Bread for myself, which is kind of expensive. It's $5.79, but I just really like it, and it's the thinly sliced kind. And then something I didn't really need to get, but I got anyway, it was a nail polish for $3.99. Also, I picked up this prescription that I had. It was $5. Okay, y'all. I'm a baby when it comes to swallowing pills. I have a really bad gag reflex, which is very awkward and strange to admit. on the internet. Basically, I'd gone to the doctor and I got prescribed this antibiotic for something on my finger, and I couldn't swallow the damn pills, so I have this huge jug of liquid that I'm gonna have to down in the next 7 days. Quite unfortunate. I would have preferred a tablet because you can at least crack those open or like break them, you know, but I got prescribed the capsules originally and it was just too much for me. That's it for the haul. So I spent about like $30 at Target. I'm basically trying to invest around $1,000 a month into index funds. For the most part, I'll be investing in like $500 increments. I don't know if like that's good or not. I feel like you're supposed to probably break it up rather than just doing lump sums because you want a dollar cost average. My investing knowledge is very limited, but I know that investing in index funds is pretty safe and that's just like what you gotta do. So right now I'm just gonna invest $500 into the VU ETF. Vanguard 500 index fund. I just try to invest every so often, like every 2 weeks pretty much, just so that I'm putting my money somewhere rather than just keeping it locked away in my savings account. I haven't really calculated how much I would like to invest every single month, but I feel like 1,000 is beyond sufficient. I just don't want to run out of money at the end of the day. I just opened a high yield savings account as well, so I'm just taking from my original savings and just putting it into investments. General idea here is not investing like tons of money, like thousands, into one fund at one time. I'm basically just trying to split it up into smaller amounts and invest over time. So another $500 spent this week, but for a very good reason. We made it to Saturday. I have not spent money all day, but I'm now heading to Redwood City. It's pretty far from me, but my two friends are DJing this place called The Hub in Redwood City. They have like the early bird ticket sales for $5 plus processing fee, so I secured that for around $7 instead of the $15. We made it to the end of the week. I'm a little unsure of how much I spent. I feel like it was a little excessive and like more than a typical week. So let's find out. Really quickly, I wanted to go through my subscription costs because I didn't do that in the beginning of the video, and I want to do that now because it is part of my weekly expenses. So first of all, on a monthly basis, I'm paying for Spotify $9.99, Visco for $2.50, Adobe Creative Suite for $9.99, and Apple Care for $7.99. First of all, I will be paying for Spotify till the day that I die because I love it so much and I just have it so well curated on there. I love Visco. I feel the need to like justify all of these. So I found out this thing that you can do with Adobe Creative Suite. It's basically to trick your way into getting some months for free, which I just did. You just pretend like you're gonna go cancel it and then they'll end up saying like, here's a couple months free, and then you just take it, you run with it, happily ever after. So that's what I have right now. So it's not technically an expense for the month, but I'm just gonna factor that in because I'm gonna end up paying for it again since I use Photoshop and Lightroom. Lastly, Apple Care. I was never the type of person to buy Apple Care because it just seems like the biggest waste of money. But the thing is, the time that I didn't have Apple Care, I used a wet wipe on my phone after the gym, just like any health conscious person would do. Mind you, the wipe was not even sopping wet and somehow my phone got water damage and that was the end of the story. Anyways, after all that unnecessary explaining, we come to $30.47 a month, and then I divided that by 4-ish weeks to get $7.62 in my weekly subscription costs. And then I just piggyback on everybody else's accounts for Amazon Prime, HBO, and Netflix. So once I add my subscription costs into the grand total for the week, we come out to $910.16. Okay, that is an absurd amount, but let's just break it down. $500 went into my investments, which is reasonable. There's no complaining there. A whole $199 went into appointments for the week. As I mentioned quickly in the video, I don't have dental insurance, which is just a modern day tragedy, and I will be getting that at my next job. I promise. I also went to the doctor because I had this infection on my pinky, which has now gone away, thank God. I forgot to take footage of that, but basically I paid $20 for the copay. Very heavy on appointments this week. That really set me back here, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So not like a very typical week, but obviously I just pulled a random week out of my life and decided to film it. So for taking away investments and appointments, we only come to a total of $211.16. So that's a lot more reasonable. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even know what I was aiming for. The random stuff that I picked up at Target and Trader Joe's ended up being $73.43, which is definitely higher than my normal week. And then my gas and transportation was only $36.74. I already had a little bit of gas in my tank, but I just wanted to fill all the way up because I had a lot of things to do. Another kind of random purchase, which isn't typical for me, but I got that foundation from Sephora, which I really like, by the way. I put that into my personal spending category, and that was $49.32. So that's not an everyday expense. I get that maybe like once every few years. As I said, I'm really gross and I'll just finish foundation, even if it takes me like several years. And lastly, we have my social spending, which was a $30 dinner and a $7 little music event. So that came out to $37.18. Basically, the premise of this video is to show how you save so much money when you live at home, but obviously this total is quite the contrary. But overall, I can say that like living at home is very comfy. Obviously, I'm not paying rent, which is very helpful, and I feel like that is actually one of the reasons why most people decide to live at home. I'm pretty sure it's just like you don't fork over $1,000 every month to live somewhere, and obviously, like I said, it's not gonna last forever because the time that I do move out, I am gonna be finally paying for rent. So I just wanted to give you guys like a little glimpse into how much I spend in a week. Definitely not my typical week, but I just want to say living at home, usually you are saving a little bit more money than you would be out and about. Also, you just get to spend more time with your family, and it's kind of crazy to me because I've always thought about when you grow up, you move somewhere else, it's like you only really see your parents and your family. You don't see them very often after a while, and as you get older, it's just like common to just like start your own family, which I've always found to be like such a sad thing, but that's just how life is. So I think it's kind of nice to be able to live at home for a little bit longer and just prolong the amount of time that you do get to spend with your family. Now I'm just taking this moment to reflect how there have definitely been times where I feel a little behind in life because I haven't moved out, I haven't gotten my own apartment, but everybody moves at their own pace and there really is no race to move out and like start your independent life. Everybody's situations are different, and like I said, look at it as if you're being able to just spend more time with your family and almost prolong your childhood. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. I loved being a child. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one.